Charlie Kirk destroys a college student who sits there and suggests he is some kind of clickbait con artist of sorts. Guys, this is going to be a good video. I know you're going to like it. You know, there are a lot of cases of leftists who will walk up to Charlie Kirk, whoever might be doing these types of events, and going and basically implying that, well, you know, you're just here because you want to stir shit up. You're coming in bad faith. You're just here because you want to harm people. You want to upset them, blah, 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 blah. You have a lot of dumb, disingenuous arguments like this. And one thing that Charlie Kirk is good at is putting that to rest and doing it quick. So we're going to see a great example of this, guys. Actually, a little more than one example. You'll see it got a little bonus in there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But first, everybody, do me a big favor here. Like our video, share it around. And if you are new, subscribe to the Resist the Mainstream YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you guys this great content. And for those of you who have subscribed and are returning, thank you so much. We really appreciate it and welcome back. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian. Let's get into the show.
Okay, thoughtful question. I was speaking with some people who are kind of against you coming here today, and they say that you come here, you're media trained, you've memorized all these talking points, and I just kind of wanted to question, like, are you truthfully here to try to change people's minds, or is there kind of a benefit to keeping people divided? Like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you think it's better for the country to be divided ideologically, or is it like preventing a more progressive debate?
Well, I guess, how am I dividing people if I ask you if you disagree, you come to the mic? How is that divisive?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like you have these like clickbaity titles. It says like prove me wrong. Your critics are saying that you're trying to keep people divided. They're urging people not to come talk to you because you're going to spin it. What would you like to say to like your critics?
It's funny, this guy is sitting here complaining about media training, but then he sits there and does one of the most common and dirty tactics of the media, where they come at you with a loaded question and pretending to be kind of neutral or unbiased in some kind of manner. But it's super obvious that they're asking the question because they want to ask it and they want to make you look bad. Notice how the kid says, well, you know, some of your critics say this. What do you mean your critics say? Obviously you think it yourself. That's why you're sitting here going to the mic and, you know, waxing on poetically about it. Duh. Why not ask Kirk a sincere question from your own perspective and see what he's like for yourself? But no, of course not. You have to come here right off the bat assuming he's working in bad faith. Well, maybe that makes you the one who's acting in such a manner, not the person you're asking about it.
They're welcome to come to the microphone and say whatever they want to me, but they're intellectual cowards and they won't do that.
Yeah.
You know how we heal our divides? By talking to people we disagree with.
I would agree with that.
We will get closer to a civil war if we act like that.
Speaking of gun grabbers, Joe Biden loves taking your guns away and hates the Second Amendment. He also hates Americans making a decent living, apparently, because look at this economy. This inflation is out of control, guys, and that is why I am invested in precious metals, and I think you should check it out, too. So check it out, guys. Go to rtmgold.com. You can see our deal with Goldco there. There are a lot of good perks, okay? You can roll over your IRA and 401k, penalty and tax-free. You can also get a free gold kit from Goldco. Yes, free. To help you make this decision. We understand it's a big one. So please check it out, everybody. Go to rtmgold.com. You can click the link in the description, type in your web browser. All right, there are a lot of perks here. All right, as the dollar has historically declined in value, the value of gold has only gone up. So, sounds like a good hedge to me. So check it out, guys. Go to rtmgold.com. You can click the link in your description or type in the web browser.
We just yell at people we don't like. You dress with, I guess I'm in all black, but, with masks on and just with stupid epitaphs. Okay, like that's how you get closer to dividing the country. You heal the country when you allow disagreement and you allow a microphone with people that have differing views.
But I think when you come out and you say like civil war and you use these like fear-mongering words, I feel like you're definitely trying to get people riled up, and that helps.
I mean, it's 100% factual. We're close to a civil war in this country, and I don't want that to happen. And people that act like that are going to further radicalize both sides, and you de-radicalize a population through speech.
This kid is very obviously arguing from a place of bad faith. You notice how he gets more upset about Charlie Kirk pointing out these Antifa freaks who are going out and routinely creating political violence. That he's pointing out that those people are leading us to a civil war. Well, using the term civil war, that leads us to danger. How could you say that? How could you not be more upset about the freaks who are throwing masks on their face, hiding their identities, instead of going out and engaging in open and peaceful dialogue in the manner that Kirk is? I mean, seriously, how is this even a debate? It's just so ridiculous. And also, this whole idea of blaming people for their speech on the reactions of others, no. You need to control your own reactions, period, End of story. If you go and get upset and get all emotionally hurt because somebody said something you don't like and it triggers you, that is your fault, not the one of the person speaking. What a ridiculous idea that is. And the logical conclusion of comments like that saying, oh, well, you can't be saying this, you're rallying people up, is taking away speech, because what you're implying is your speech poses a dangerous threat to people, not the people who are actually literally committing the physical violence. That is crazy. And you know, this reminds me of a very similar argument that was made to Charlie Kirk in another clip. Check this out.
Sure. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
I don't think I told you. My name's Mercury.
Nice to meet you.
Why are you here?
Okay, I've been asked that question a lot. First of all, that question should not even have to be asked, but when people stop talking, really bad stuff starts. When marriages stop talking, divorce happens. When civilizations stop talking, civil war ensues. When you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to want to commit violence against that group. What we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option.
You think that's not emotional violence?
How is this? What is emotional violence, by the way? I don't know what that is.
It is harm intentionally perpetrated on another human being that is intentionally targeted at their emotional well-being.
Okay, so feelings mean nothing to me. Isn't why we had the First Amendment to try to push our boundaries and to hear things that might make you mildly uncomfortable?
This doesn't make me mildly uncomfortable.
Does it make you very uncomfortable?
It makes me angry.
And there you have it. Once again, leftists justifying violence by saying, well, your speech is actually violence. I mean, in this case, I know the other kid didn't say that, but that's exactly the pathway it leads to. When you start blaming people for their rhetoric, for all the violence that ensues, particularly when they're not calling for violence, which Charlie Kirk obviously hasn't done and has never done to my knowledge. Yeah, it is a very dangerous and slippery slope to fall through. It really is. And now let's go back to our friend over here who was speaking with Charlie Kirk just now and see what he has to say in response to Charlie's statement that speech does not necessarily breed violence.
I would say that conversation and media and like spreading the word definitely like that's like how you bridge the gap. But like when you're talking about the immigration debate, you said if you were here illegally, then you should get deported. I feel like that is stopping.
That's a very moderate view, by the way.
I feel like that's stopping like a more progressive debate on how we could help solve the immigration crisis. And
You solve it by deporting the criminals, aka every single one that broke our laws to come here. That's a very moderate position.
But I'm just saying, like, there's like ideas out there that America's this free land, and if you come here, you make it rich. Like, there's a false narrative that's like going out that's like causing people to come here illegally, and like they try to cross the Rio Grande, and they unfortunately, like, a lot of times, like, if Border Patrol can't save them, then it stops them. So I think there's a more progressive conversation that could happen.
Basically, what this kid is saying is, I disagree with you on the very basic idea that we should deport people who illegally enter our country, because I think we should just let them stay and be here willy-nilly. And because of that, you are shutting down my progressive conversation by disagreeing with me. In other words, I don't like what you're saying, so just shut up and stop talking about it. Really, yet somehow Charlie Kirk is the one who is encouraging violence and division, even though he's willing to sit here and openly and civilly discuss all these views. Meanwhile, this kid is saying, well, you know, you're not progressive enough for me, so I don't like it. What is he even on about? Seriously.
There's a more progressive way to look at it, yeah.
No, but
I'm not here to be progressive.
Okay, well.
And that wraps up our clip for today, guys. Sorry, I wish there was more, but that's all that we were able to get. With all that being said, what'd you guys think about the video? What'd you guys think about the exchange? We want to know. Please be sure to comment below. Let us know what you want to see in the future, what you thought, and we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks so much, and God bless.